Welcome, 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 my beautiful people, to Florida Kitchen. Today we're going to be making the maritime donairs. And I'm close here to the kitchen, just filming around the house. And we're gonna make amazing donairs. Okay, so this is for 10 pounds of meat and 1 pound of each teaspoon. It's going to be 10 times because it's 10 pounds of meat. Yeah, so we're doing 10 pounds of meat, beef.
So we have here 10 teaspoons of salt.
Okay.
Yes, then we have here 10 teaspoons of ground oregano.
And it has to be ground.
Yes.
It's better taste
ground
for the donair meat.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Then over here we have, this is the all-purpose flour, 10 teaspoons of all-purpose flour.
Right.
Then we have the Italian seasoning, 10 half teaspoons of Italian seasonings.
Perfect.
Then we have the cayenne pepper, which is 10 of the 1/4 teaspoons.
And be careful with that because it's a little spicy.
And we did not put 10.
Okay.
We placed 6.
Because it's spicy.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we have the ground black pepper, 10 half teaspoons of ground black pepper.
Okay.
And then we have here the onion powder.
Perfect.
10 half teaspoons of onion powder. And then the garlic powder, which is 10 half teaspoons of garlic powder.
Perfect. So if you're just making 1 pound of beef, just add 1 teaspoon, okay? 1 teaspoon of this. So I'll put that actually in the description box as to how many you should add. So don't worry if you're using just 1 pound. So there's the all-purpose flour, the garlic powder, the Italian seasoning, the oregano, the cayenne pepper, the black pepper, and the onion powder. All right, so now we're going with the next step. All right, so it's best now to mix all of them. And what we're doing is that we're adding it in a grinder, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna be grinding first the black pepper so it can be nice and fine.
Perfect.
And extract all that flavor out of that.
Nice. And we're
pepper.
using magic bullets? Right.
Not sponsored by Magic Bullet.
Wow. That actually makes it very fine. And what do you think is the reason as to why we should grind those spices?
No, well, just grind this just to get it nice and fine so it can, while in the heat, it can start extracting that flavor out of that peppercorn.
I see. And that's the reason as to why we also looked for oregano that's ground oregano. It gives it more flavor to the donair meats. You see, that's the all-purpose flour that we used. So it depends on how, as far as the seasoning, it depends on how much, as far as the pound of beef that you're using. Okay, so we're using quite a bit here. It's a 10 pounds of beef. So that's the reason why we added the spices 10 times on using a teaspoon, and the other ingredients using a half a teaspoon, and the other one using 1/4 teaspoon. All right, but don't worry, I will add that on the description box below. All right, now we're gonna mix all of the spices, right?
Yes.
Perfect. And I'm actually here with my brother-in-law, who's an amazing cook. Let me tell you guys that he cooks just amazing. So we're gonna mix all of those spices, and he's very detailed when he works in the kitchen. So we're adding all of that. We're mixing all of those ingredients. Okay. We're adding the cayenne pepper, the Italian seasoning, garlic powder, black pepper, beautiful, and the flour, the all-purpose flour. Okay, and he's actually putting it through the magic bullet again. Wow. Wow, you finished with all that noise. Now it's, wow, that's nice, beautiful. Nice and mixed.
Evenly mixed.
Wow, and fine. Wow, that gives it more flavor to the meat, right?
Yeah, that helps.
Wow, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh,
Don't
you guys.
Smell it.
It smells
good, but
it smells really good. That's what I was gonna tell you. It smells really good. Wow, I am very, very impressed. All right, and all of that beef. Actually, today is Memorial Day, and that's the reason why we're cooking our favorite Canadian Donair. We don't have Donairs in the United States. I guess what you could compare this with is with gyro, but it's not the same taste. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna actually use a mixer. However, if you don't have a mixer at home, just use your hands. But for us, the mixer is faster and works a lot better, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see this. Let's see you at work. All right, so you're adding all of those mixed seasoned flavors. Now, if you don't have a grinder for the seasonings, don't worry. Just to add it like this, but try to get the ground oregano. Beautiful. All right, then we're mixing that the natural way. All right, and you're gonna have to, the good thing is that my brother-in-law's hands are very strong because you're gonna have to smash that beef. Okay, so we're actually using 2 bowls now. We separated them to work a lot better in mixing that beef and making it a lot softer, right?
No, just
Mixing in.
Mixing in all the spices and all that. Make sure it's evenly
Distributed.
mixed. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. It's a lot of beef. All right, my beautiful friends, since we have a lot of meats, we're going to leave one aside in the refrigerator so we could use it afterwards. So we're going to use a batch. And now we have our cookie sheets, and now we'll be using some aluminum foil. All right, come on here and prepare the aluminum foil.
Aluminum.
How is it? Aluminum foil. All right, after hitting that beef a lot of times, right? You hit it for like about 20 times. All right, after hitting that beef, I know it's very dramatic, but it's actually gonna help the meat flatten, right? It makes your job a lot easier. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna flatten with our hands. You could use the rolling pin as well, but we're gonna use our hands now, and we're gonna flatten the beef. All right, that donair meat on our tray, okay? And make sure that it's very flattened. However, what helped us is that we hit the meat on our countertop for about a little bit more than 20 times. All right, so we're using gloves here, and now we're gonna just flatten that as much as we can, because then we're gonna use what we call a pizza cutter, or a pizza cutter, right? And we're gonna try to cut it the way that donair meat is cut in Canada, which they use a spit that's, I guess, going around many times in the heat, and it actually is amazing. Okay, so we're gonna be adding more beef. And so actually hitting the beef actually helped a lot, didn't it? It flattened the beef, actually. So, you see? Right there. That's what makes the beef flats. So I know it's dramatic, but that's how it is. All right, so this tray is finished, actually. And by hitting it, as I said before, is help the meat.
You don't need the rolling pin.
You don't need the rolling pin, right? We had the rolling pin there just in case, but you don't need it. Just flatten it, just hit it on the countertop as many times as you can, so you can have a very flat meat. Minimum 20 times. And look at that, it's flat. Because you're gonna need those strips of meat inside your pita bread. Okay, the way that they have it on the Donair shops. Beautiful. Now for the Americans, you guys are gonna say, oh, this is just the same thing as gyro. Yeah, it looks like gyro, but it's not the same taste. It's so different. Gyro is a Greek, and Donair is more of a Middle Eastern type. Beautiful. Now I added the Donair tray in the oven. We're gonna add it for 380 degrees for an hour and 15 minutes, and we're gonna start preparing the other tray. All right, we're doing the same with the other one. Slicing some tomatoes, and I have some tomatoes. You could cut them like this, thin, all right? Or you could cut it smaller, however you choose. But the Donair that I know, the one that I grew up in Edmonton, Canada, is just tomatoes and onions. However, now people are being more versatile and they're adding some lettuce, and they're adding other stuff. But I'll be adding some tomatoes and some onions. Okay, so I'm done cutting the tomatoes, and I'm done cutting the onion. I have a little bit of the outer part of the onion. So, okay, and we bought a Donair sauce. We bought this from Canada, and it arrived here to the US. And this is the Donair sauce. It actually tastes like the Donair sauce when I was a kid. However, if you want to know how to do the sweet sauce for the Donair, I'm going to link the video of the Donair sauce because I have that on my channel at Florida Kitchen. All right, we just took out that meat after an hour and 10 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes. And we just took that meat and now we're cutting it into slices, just like at the Donair shops, right?
But you need to let it sit so the juices will remain inside and be nice and juicy.
All right, so you recommend that we let it sit for a little bit?
Let it sit for maybe 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then you can start chopping it up.
Oh, good, perfect. Wow, we keep on cutting that meat. And you guys, oh my gosh, it smells really, really nice. It smells like a Donair shop. And one thing I like about my brother-in-law is that he knows how to cut this so beautifully. Because normally in the Donair shop, you have a spit, you know, where the meat is like rotating.
So we're adding the butter in order to...
Actually, the margarine, right?
Margarine, right.
Yes. We're adding the margarine. This is for the pita bread.
For the pita bread.
Because the pita bread in Canada has like, for the Donairs, it has like a sweetness to it. Kind of like a sweetness, right?
Yeah.
So that's, okay, perfect. And I heard that you pass the Donair through water, right?
But since we're doing the butter...
the margarine, you mean?
Yeah.
You could use butter or you could use margarine, but we're using margarine.
I can't believe it's not butter.
Oh yeah, I cannot believe it's not butter.
Not sponsored.
Oh, good. That's a nice pita bread.
The Donair meat is already sliced up.
Wow. Let me tell you, my brother-in-law cuts it best. Wow. That is a lot of meats. And over there we have those onions, we have those tomatoes, that sweet sauce. But if you don't have that sweet sauce, just look at my channel, you'll see the sweet sauce, the way we make it. Wow, that smells really good.
Chef privilege. He gets to taste it first.
All right, taste it. All right, does it pass a 10? ASMR. Good?
Very
Excellent, right? Wow, while those pita breads are heating up, we're putting the Donair meats inside the pan. Could you explain this process?
We're just kind of searing it, you know, and fried stuff always tastes better.
You mean fattening stuff always tastes better, right?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Wow, that looks good. Wow. So you do that. Now this is optional, right?
This is optional. It actually tastes good right out of the oven, you know?
Right. It tastes really good. And now inside the pita bread and with those fresh tomatoes and onion and a nice cola next to it, that's delicious. In Canada, you eat it with French fries, but that's already so many carbs. We're eating so many carbs today. It's just once in a blue moon because today is Memorial Day. Wow. So give us your opinion, the lady of the house.
I think that it...
No, I'm not gonna edit that. That was funny. We were looking at each other's faces and waiting for her response, and she never gave it. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, let's look at that end results. Oh, nice. Thank you so much for serving me. I love tomatoes. And I like the sweet sauce. Whoa, smells so good. Oh my gosh. This is so good, guys. Wow. Let me tell you, that really tasted really amazing. Reminded me of Canadian Donairs. And now here is one that we prepared where we put a lot of sweet sauce. Too much, in fact.
mine.
That's yours? You like a lot of sweet
Yeah.
sauce on it? My sister made her sweet sauce and it came out just like the Canadian one.
Hey,
Wow, eh? You used fresh garlic, right?
fresh garlic.
And where? Oh, you put it through the smart bullet. That's why. Wow. And you
The
put
magic bullet.
the magic bullet.
They're gonna get you in
Okay.
the comments with that one.
Yeah. Oh, sister, how is it? Isn't it amazing?
Yep.
Wow, that's real good. And it's just as thick as the one. I should have recorded this. But we are done. This was the last little batch, right?
Yeah.
And actually, you mentioned that frying it in the very same oil was good. The very same oil of the meat was good. Why? Because of the flavor.
Yeah.
It gives it
Has
flavor.
the flavor in the oil, so might as well use it.
Right. Wow.
It looks unhealthy, but only eat it once, not every day.
Yeah, only once because it's Memorial Day. But yeah, it's not the healthiest, but let me tell you, it's so delicious. So delicious. Okay, sister, how is it?
Amazing. The sauce.
Oh, the sauce. You love the sauce. Wow. She just ate it. We forgot about our cook.
Like that right now?
She's gonna cook some more pita bread. And the someone's laughing in the background. All right, guys. I think this is it. My sister's putting some more margarine there to heat the pita bread, and that gives it so much flavor. So I guess this is it, guys. This is how you make the donairs. Tell me, what is that? You put sweet condensed milk,
14 ounce
14 ounces
garlic.
garlic. How many cloves of garlic?
It's minced half teaspoon. You can do garlic powder or the actual garlic.
And then you mix that, and then vinegar, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, all right, guys. So this is it. It's a little process, as they say in Canada, because we had a lot of meats.
8.
8, and then the other pounds of meat we're gonna refrigerate and leave it. That's a lot of meat. Okay, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, and as the Canadians say, have a great
Day
week.
Memorial Day.
Eight.
Memorial Day.